Hey guys, what is up? The stream is now started. Um, so as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a camera test on all my phones here. And no, my iPad is not counted as a phone, but we are going to do a camera test on it because it has a camera. So yeah, we're going to do that. If you guys are wondering where the razor is, it's over here. Before the stream started, it actually ended up giving me a low battery alert, so I had to plug it in. I once just after a little while, we'll end up bringing it over and having it in. Just right now, it's just charging. So yeah, but we're gonna start with all of these, and then bring the razor in after a while. So pretty much we're going to start with just some simple pictures, and then we're going to move on to the ones that can record video, and then the ones how bright the flash is, and then the ones with front-facing cameras, which are very few that have front-facing cameras. The only ones are actually, well, on my iPhone, which I'm recording on, and then on the Galaxy S4 and my iPad. Those are the only ones that have front-facing cameras. Surprisingly, the Trophy does not have a front-facing camera, but alright. Well, so I guess let's go ahead and get started with the test. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with pictures on each of these. So let's go ahead and start with the Octane. Go ahead and load up the camera here. So as you can tell, I'm at a resolution of 1280 by 960. And as you can tell, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's a little dim, at least in my eyes. It's a little dim, but that's kind of what the flash is for. It's a 3.2 megapixel camera, and you know, for just a basic phone, it's really not that bad. If I open the phone here and check out the options, you can see that I can turn the flash on or off. We'll go and turn it off for now, and you can change the resolution. We'll go ahead and go to the highest resolution setting to 2040 to what was that? 2048 by 1536. So that's a fairly high resolution. So let's go ahead and just do a quick picture of just my room. And it's upside down. As you can tell, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's a little blurry in the background, but getting the bed, it looks okay. The bottom of it looks pretty blurry, but like the top doesn't look bad. It kind of brings up the color fairly well. We're gonna clear up that one. Take another one in the portrait mode. Just up the stack here. And yes, we are going to be trying all resolutions, but as you can see, it really doesn't look that bad for a 3.2 megapixel camera. I'm pretty impressed that LG was able to bring it this well. LG does make some fairly good cameras, especially in the newer ones like the G6 and the G5, even though I don't necessarily like the LG G6 in general. But the camera is really nice. This, for a 3.2 megapixel camera, I'm surprised that it looks this good. It comes out fairly well, but of course it's not as good as something as like my iPhone, which is not really focusing that well right now. I don't know why. Hello? Is it literally not, like, why is my phone not, like not focusing? That's really strange. Like, that's really, really strange. Yep. No, I'm gonna turn that off. Yeah, where's my back-facing camera? Okay, there we go. That was weird. But, yeah, just, like, it really doesn't look bad. Let's go and take a picture, like, here. what's up. So yeah, it really came in fairly well. So I'd have to give the Octane about a 7 out of 10 when it comes to its camera, I'd say. Because of course it's not as good as something like my iPhone or the Galaxy S4, but it's still fairly decent for considering the price point of the phone when it was launched and for how low the megapixel count is. Let's go and try some other resolutions. So jumping in right here, going to options. Let's try 1600 by 1200, see how that is. Alright, so 1600 by 1200 looks a little dimmer. Not really that much, but let's go and take a picture. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of messed it up there. It kind of got a little blurred. I was moving it around a little too much. This does not have optical image stabilization or anything like that. Okay, that's a little better. So, yeah, as you can tell, the detail is fairly nice. It's not bad. Like I can clearly tell that's a tissue box. That's my clock right there. I can clearly tell it's the lamp. Yeah, you can tell fairly well what everything is. I definitely applaud the Octane for that. Now let's go and try some even lower resolutions. So let's go ahead and jump into the options here. Let's go into 1280 by 960. Okay, so it looks almost the same really to yeah, but okay, the detail still came in pretty nice. Not bad. Not bad. I think the higher the resolution is, it upscales a little bit more. Let's go and bump the resolution down even more. Options 640 by 480. Now we're starting to get down in the numbers here. Okay. Still, it's pretty smooth when moving it, I feel like. Let's go and get a picture. Okay, I'm starting to notice a little bit of a difference. It's blurring out a little bit more. But still, it's fairly decent. Like, I'm really impressed. Now let's go and try, I think there's even lower resolutions. Yeah, 320 by 240. And, oh yeah, okay, that's pretty dim, but the screen is dim, so. Okay, I noticed some blur. Yeah, it doesn't come out too much detail in that resolution. But still, I think the Octane gets at least a 7 out of 10 when it comes to the camera without the flash, so good job, Octane. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the iPhone 3G. So, of course, this is not the 3GS with video recording or anything, so I won't be able to record video with this, but as you can tell, jumping in the camera here, it's fairly grainy. I'm not really impressed. It's pretty, it's really laggy for, it's a 2 megapixel camera, so it's about the same as the Blackjack, just not made, the camera wasn't made by Apple and the Blackjack, but the Blackjack has a 2 megapixel camera just like the 3G does, and what else here has a 2 megapixel camera? I think that's it. Yeah. But let's go and take a picture in this resolution right here. Okay, so jumping into it here, I think the colors come out a little bit better here than the Octane. But still, I don't think this is really all that great, because it is pretty blurry. But still, I think the colors do come out a little bit better compared to the Octane, which had kind of poor color saturation and everything. Let's go ahead and jump into the settings and see if we can actually change the resolution. Photos. back. General. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't gonna. Maybe we're not gonna have anything here. Okay, so I don't think there is any way we can change the resolution on the 3G, so yeah, this is pretty much what we're dealing with on the 3G, pretty laggy, but I still think the colors do come out a little bit better here than the Octane, so I'd have to give this about a 7 out of 10, or maybe 6.5, because good colors, just really laggy. I don't think it's really matches up. I don't really think it matches up to the smoothness of the Octane. I think it really could do better. But yeah, now let's go ahead and move on to the EnV Touch. And the X4 is giving me some kind of alert. I think that's probably iFunny. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the camera here. Okay, so as you can tell, the screen, it's pretty dim, I'd have to say, but I do think the colors actually still come out better than the Octane. But I don't think the colors are as good as the 3G because the screen is a lot dimmer. Actually, maybe the brightness isn't up all the way. Let me check. That might be an issue. Display settings. Okay, so I think this is as bright as it's gonna get. But let's go and jump back in. Take a look. I'm gonna take a picture. Oh, I had the flash on. Okay, so that's not what we wanted. Gonna erase that. Let's go ahead and jump into the settings here. Hit. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Flash off. Let's see. Let's check the resolution. Okay, so a lot of the same resolutions as the Octane here. You still have 2048 by 1536, 1600 by 1200, 1280 by 960, and 640 by 480, but not 320 by 240. You don't have that. But I'm pretty sure we're in the highest setting here. Yeah, we are. So let's go ahead and try it with here. Okay, so as you can tell, it comes into fairly nice detail, but I do think that it's just a little bit dark. I think it's too dark. But maybe we can up that. The camera on this is pretty much the same as the Octane here. It has the Schneider Kreuznach technology. Focus. Hello. Yeah, hi there. Focus. Okay, whatever, but it does have Schneider Kreuznach technology, which the Octane does not have. So, but yeah, taking a look at that picture, it's okay, it's okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can, oh, okay. So it looks like we can, whoa, that's a little bit too bright. That's a little bit too bright. Let's see if we can put that down a little bit. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. But let's go and jump into it. Actually, no, let's go and take a picture with this, just with the brighter part. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think it looks pretty decent. I had to give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I do think the colors are a lot better than the Octane. But jumping into resolution here, we have 1600 by 1200. I was going to try that out. Doesn't really look like it makes much of a difference. Yeah, so it's, and also if you're wondering what those spots are, that's just damage to the phone. It's just like, this phone is in not so great shape. But yeah, it does just kind of, I don't know if it really looks any good. I don't think this is really, I mean, I think the picture does look okay, but like, I just don't think that it really has its like it doesn't have as many redeeming qualities as we know. But what am I saying? Okay, now 1280 by 960. Take. Okay, so it looks like it somewhat captured that picture pretty well. You can see the drawers come into pretty nice detail. The color is pretty accurate. Like comparing it here. Yeah, seems pretty accurate. And the clock came into pretty good accuracy. The books, they all came into. I think the whole image pretty much came into pretty decent accuracy. Now let's go ahead and jump into even to the lowest resolution, which is 640 by 480. What does that do? Oh, okay. Whoa, I don't want to drop my phone. Let's go ahead and no. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, so it looks like the colors aren't so great, but let's go and take it. I definitely think that the resolution does make a big difference, but we'll go ahead and erase that. And yeah, so I do think that it kind of does make a good bit of a difference here. What does that even do? That's a zoom. What the? What? Oh, that was just the video recorder. So I'd have to give the EnV Touch about a 7.5 out of 10 because it has better colors than the Octane, and it has fairly good smoothness. But I think you really have to up the brightness, the brightness on the camera to be able to get a really good looking shot. So yeah. So now let's go ahead and move on to the VX 6100. Now, I'm just hoping that the battery doesn't go out on me right here, because the battery is a little weird on this thing. Let's go and jump in. Options. Resolution. Okay, so the highest on this resolution is 640 by 480. As you can tell, it really doesn't look that great. I mean, it looks okay. The colors aren't really that accurate. It kind of looks like a miniature version of the Octane's camera. Let's go and take a picture. Taking a look here. As you can see, the colors don't really come into great detail. I don't think the detail really matches up that well. So yeah, reject. Now let's go ahead and change resolution to medium. 320 by 240, that's medium resolution. Okay, I do tell a difference. Yeah. Still really not that great. I don't think it really has... And this phone really doesn't have very good viewing angles, so I don't really think that it's going to be all that good. And then the low is 160 by 120, which is pretty poor resolution. But okay, yeah, that's bad. That's pretty bad. So, I mean, it's a VGA camera, so you can't really complain. Honestly, I don't really think you can complain since it's a VGA camera and everything. So, yeah. So, I'd have to give this about a 5 out of 10 compared to today's standards because it really isn't great. So, it's kind of a half-baked camera. Now let's go and move on to the SCP-5300. Now, I am going to do both SCPs just because, well, I kind of feel like it, so. Yeah, so let's go ahead and hit the camera button. Okay. So, as you can tell, the colors are a little bit brighter than the EnV Touch. Not the EnV Touch, the 6100, I'd say. The colors look a little bit brighter, and view angles aren't bad. Because, I mean, this is kind of an ancient screen. Well, not ancient screen. Let's hit brightness. Okay, so it is auto brightness, so quality. Fine. Yeah, shut up. Does that so much. Okay, let's turn the flash off. Shut up. That just tone is so annoying. Why is it not taking the picture? What the crap? Okay, there we go. When it's really annoying to take a picture on older phones. Okay, so that's what the picture came out as. As you can tell, it doesn't look bad, but you know, it's a VGA camera, so it's really not gonna be great. But I think that this comes into good detail with the color. As you can tell from a far away distance, a little bit light was let in, but I think the colors come in pretty well. But it's pretty blurry, not gonna lie. I don't think it's really easy to disagree with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a photo here. There we go. So annoying to kind of take a picture on this camera or on this phone because you have to hold the button in, which I hate. It's like a regular camera. Okay, so taking a look at the detail here. You can see my skin comes into fairly good detail. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, I think my skin comes into fairly good detail, and the color of my phone case does come in fairly well. So yeah. So I think this is really, I'd have to give this camera probably a 6 out of 10 for how well for 2002 it was built. I think they really spent a good bit of time on this camera. Oh, only 2 bars in the battery. That's just something. Yeah, these phones are battery savers, but now the battery is only at 2 bars, so that's unusual. See, but yeah, okay. So I definitely think that there is, there's a good bit of, I think there's a good bit of engineering in this camera, so I have to give it a 6 out of 10. So now let's go ahead and move on to the VX5500. So jumping into the camera here. Okay, so resolution. The highest is 640 by 480. As you can tell, the colors come into pretty good detail. I think the detail is almost on par with the EnV Touch, but not quite. let's go and take it. Okay, so as you can tell, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I think it could be better. I think it's a little bit blurry. I mean, it's a VGA camera, so for a VGA camera, I think it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and erase that. Options, 320 by 480, or sorry, 320 by 240. Let's go ahead and take it. Take it. And to shutter the picture, and to actually, like, capture the picture, it's pretty quick. But looking at it here, it doesn't look bad. Like, I think it comes into fairly good detail. Just, I think the picture is pretty blurry. Oh, let that back up. And you have some pretty decent zoom on this camera. Now let's go ahead and do 160 by 120. Okay, so I don't still see much of a difference, but okay, looks okay. Let's just say, let's go ahead and. So I'd say this one gets a 6.5 out of 10 for the colors being pretty accurate, but I just think it's pretty blurry. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Now let's go ahead and do the other SCP because I feel like it. The other 5300. So go and jump in. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and take it. It takes a while to save the picture, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think it could take a little bit less time to save the picture, but let's go ahead and wait for that. Wait for it. Okay. All right. So, yeah. It's SCP camera. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm not getting the greatest accuracy with this one, but it's okay. Just say it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and move on to the Blackjack. Okay. What is up with my nose? Alright, so let's go ahead and turn it on here. Hit the camera. And this phone does record video, but let's go ahead and jump in to camera. Alright. So this is what the camera looks like on the Blackjack. It's pretty laggy. I mean, it's the same megapixel count as the 3G. So it's probably not going to be all that great, but let's go ahead and take it. And that's a really annoying shutter sound. Okay, so from when you were just like getting ready to take the picture, when you actually take the picture, the accuracy really isn't, the color accuracy gets worse, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I mean, I guess it's okay. The colors aren't really that accurate. I think the colors on the 3G were a bit more accurate. But we'll go ahead and hit menu, cancel. Let's go ahead and go to menu, options, camera. Okay, so there's 4 different types of quality. You have super fine, economy, normal, and fine. I was shooting in fine. Let's go and try superfine. Done. 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 Okay, so I think superfine does bring it out a little bit more. It's still pretty laggy, but okay, so the colors still do get worse, but yeah, I don't think the color accuracy is really good here. I think that the color accuracy is kind of a lie, which kind of sucks. Let's go and try normal quality. Okay, so still pretty much the same. Ooh, I think the colors actually got even worse. I don't think it's really that good. Let's go ahead and, okay, we're just gonna save that. So, okay, let's go ahead and menu. Camera. Let's go and try the economy shot. Okay. Okay, so actually, I think the accuracy was pretty decent in the economy shot, even though the color accuracy was still pretty bad. I think they really need to. I don't think Samsung really brought in the color accuracy that well. So I do think that the Blackjack gets a 5.5 out of 10, just because the color accuracy is kind of a lie, and the actual I don't really think it can do a lot. I think the functionality is a little bit off. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the other VX because I feel like it. Yeah. Stop blinking, S4. Let's go ahead and just going to go into camera. Okay, so we're in the resolution of 640 by 480. I think the color accuracy honestly is pretty good here. Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same as the other one. So yeah. Now let's go ahead and move on to the PM8200. We're gonna do the Razer last, even after my iPad, because I want it to charge and not keep giving me low battery alert. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Oops, that's not the camera. There's this other button besides the camera, which is kind of annoying. So as you can tell, it seems to be pretty smooth in turning the camera. And why is it blinking? Like, why is it blinking at me? It's blinking at me. That's creepy. That's creepy. Why is it blinking at me? Why is it blinking at me? Stop blinking at me! Stop blinking at me! Just kidding. But yeah, it's kind of weird that it's blinking at me. I guess I think it's recording or something. Alright, but let's go ahead and take a picture. What's up? Don't mind that. That was just me being a weirdo. So, yeah, as you can tell, the color accuracy is okay. I think it's okay. Alright, let's go and hit next. Picture deleted. Stop blinking at me! Camera settings, resolution. Okay, so we were on high resolution. Let's go to medium resolution. Shut up. Seriously, why is this thing? It's really creepy that it's blinking at me. But let's go ahead and take it. Again, don't mind that. That was just me being a total weirdo. Okay, so I can definitely see that the color up here got a little bit worse. But still, I don't think it's really bad. But let's go ahead. Oh, shut it up. Go back, options. Let's go ahead and go into camera settings, resolution, low. Okay, you're really creepy. Why are you blinking at me? You're really creepy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it. What's up? Yeah, seriously. Just don't mind that. Okay, so it definitely got a lot more blurry. But I do think at high resolution, I don't think it's bad. I think it knows what it's doing in the higher resolution. But just in a low resolution, it tries to kind of, mess you up. So I think I give this one probably a 6 out of 10. Because it's got fairly good accuracy, and the resolution is pretty accurate, but it blinks at you, and that's creepy. I'm kidding, but yeah, my phone is starting to get hot, but yeah, it's just a normal thing. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the tried and true Samsung Galaxy S4. So this one is probably going to be either the best, one of the best out of all of them. I'm ripping the pen. Because this has a 13 megapixel camera, which is pretty good. That's actually a higher megapixel count than my iPhone, which is 12 megapixels. But even though this is a but taking a look at it here, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks really accurate. It's got really strong focus, and the colors are really accurate. Let's go ahead and shutter, capture photo. Sometimes you can do. You actually have different modes, which is pretty cool. But actually, let's go ahead and do it into settings. With the resolution. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn voice control on. Alright, let's go ahead and take it. Capture. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the picture. Okay, so that's actually a really nice looking picture. I think it really does it. I think the S4 really does do a good job with these kind of pictures. Like some of these existing pictures, they come in a pretty good detail. That was with the front-facing camera though. But oops. Let's go ahead and take it again. Capture. And then so you can do the voice control thing. I really like that. Oh, that. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like it. Look at this. This is funny. Whenever I tap anywhere that's on like the hierarchy, like whenever I tap on my bed, it doesn't like it doesn't like that. Oh, it doesn't like that. And but it recognized that. Like it doesn't like some things. Okay, let's go ahead and take one of me with the back-facing camera. Capture. Let's go and take a look at it. Okay, that's a really good looking picture. That's actually a really good looking picture. That's a really, really good looking picture. I think with its 13 megapixels, this has a lot to work with. And this is kind of the same, this is pretty much the same camera that you'll find in the new Galaxy J7. Let's go back to the oh, oops. When you hit the back button too many times. Okay, it doesn't like that. Oops, that was a mistake picture. Alright, and now let's go ahead and go home. And we'll do a video test, a flash test, and front-facing camera test later. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the trophy. Alright, so, jumping into the camera app here. As you can see, even though it's only a 5 megapixel camera, it really isn't that bad in terms of color. The focus is nice, and it really does perform fairly well. Alright, let's go ahead and take it. It's kind of a ugly shutter sound, but as you can see, it comes into pretty decent detail. For 5 megapixels, I think this is one of the best 5 megapixel cameras I've ever seen. I really think so. I really think for 5 megapixels, it's a really good looking camera. Let's go and go back. Alright, let's go and get one of me. You can tap anywhere on the screen to take the picture. Okay, so that came in fairly well. It doesn't notice the color the greatest, but it notices it fairly well. So I definitely think the trophy has some fairly good accuracy when it comes to the pictures. So yeah. So now let's go ahead and do the infamous Ferrari phone. Yes, the infamous Ferrari phone. So I have no idea in my right mind what the megapixel count of the camera on the Ferrari phone could ever be. It's a really basic camera. It's really not that great. But taking a look in here, this is 960 by 1280, and look at how dark that is. This is a really horrible camera. I really think that this has some seriously... I think this camera has a lot to be desired. Let's go ahead and try 960 by 1280. And this is in advanced quality, which is even worse. Like, my god. What just happened to the sound? Okay, so let's go ahead and take it. Not enough space on the phone. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is going to be hard because it says I don't have enough space on the phone. China phones. Let's go and try it again. Yeah, the phone doesn't have enough space to see the picture, which is just great. So, I think we're going to have to eliminate the Ferrari phone since it does not have enough space. And you know what's even sadder? I had never taken any pictures. I had never saved any pictures on this phone. And it has like 1 megabyte. It has like 100 megabytes of space. That's sad. All right, let me go and grab my iPad. Now, my iPad is, for a tablet, I think it's rocking a pretty good camera. At least the rear-facing camera is fairly good. Just had to set it down, so I'm going to take the case off. Since I have a keyboard case, it's a little bit flimsy. I don't want it to end up covering the camera at all, so I'm just going to take the case off for now. But my iPad, for a tablet, I think it is a decent camera. It's an 8 megapixel camera, so it's the same sensor from the iPhone 6. And it's really not bad. Taking a look at it, it's not as good as my iPhone 6s Plus here, but I really think that it's really accurate. All right, let's go and take it. This thing it's a light tablet, but I can't hold it with one hand because it's so big. Okay, so taking a look at it here, it's really decent. Like, I think this really comes into good detail. As you can see, there's minor blur spots around here, like in the wall a little bit. There's a little bit of a blur spot on the wall. But other than that, as you can tell, like the clock said 253, and on the picture it says 253. Like, it came in really accurate. So I think this is actually a really nice camera for a tablet. I really think that Apple put some good stuff in here. Of course, this is the same camera from the iPhone 6, but except it doesn't have a flash, so yeah. But it does record video, so that's even better. And it does also have slow-mo, time-lapse, and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and take a good old picture of us. We'll go ahead and try using the... Oh, wait. What are you doing? Stop falling. Let's go and take a picture of us. Let's go and take a look at it. Okay, so, of course, the picture was a little bit off point. I didn't have the camera centered that well. But taking a look at it, it looks pretty good. Like, I think for a tablet, this has a pretty decent camera. No, it's not as good as the iPad Pro 9.7 with its 12 megapixel camera, the same sensor from the iPhone 6s. But this has the sensor from the iPhone 6, so I think it does a really good job for a tablet. All right, so that pretty much is gonna wrap up the just typical picture test. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the video test. So, there's a few of these that can't take video. I'm gonna put my iPad. Actually, no, I'm not. Keep it out of the case for now. But there's a few of these that can't take video, like all the Sanios, they can't take video, and the VXs, they can't take video, and the 3G can't take video. So this is what we have to take video with, the Octane, the EnV Touch, the Blackjack, the S4, the Trophy, and my iPad. And of course my iPhone 6s Plus, which I'm recording on. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the video test. So we're going to get started with the Octane here. So jumping into everything here. Whoop! Almost dropped it. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and record. Alright, so we are now recording on the Octane. As you can tell, that the quality of the colors really isn't great, but it looks okay, I guess. I think in some conditions it could be better, but yeah. So that's pretty much what we have to kind of work with here. Let's go ahead and go in. Oops, I cleared it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, I didn't do the actual regular camera test on the Razr, so I needed to still do that. Let me go ahead and get it off the charger and everything, and go ahead and power it up. Please don't give me a low battery alert. 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 Dang it. Yep, low battery. Oh well, alright, I guess we'll try to work with what we have, at least for now. As you can tell, the camera really isn't great for 1.3 megapixel camera. I mean, it's fairly smooth, but like it's still not great. I'm trying to do this quickly so it doesn't completely die. Yeah, taking a look at that. It looks okay. You know, I think it looks okay. Let's go plug this back in. Well, actually, no, let me turn it off. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so put that away. Just comment section. Let's go ahead and turn this off because it's gonna be annoying. Go ahead and put it back on the charger real quick. Just give me a minute. Alright. Gotta put the Razr back on the charger. You're being annoying. Stop it. Alright, plugged in. You're annoying. Since that water damage is there, I don't know if it's really charging or not. That's what scares me about this phone, is that it's really not going to charge. And I'm probably going to have to scrap it or drop test it. I don't know, but yeah, we'll figure it out. So, yeah. So now let's go ahead and see if we can, let's go ahead and move on to the camera test on the EnV Touch. Alright. Let's go jump in. Sit here. Video. Go on. Don't be a pain in the butt. Alright, so we are now recording on the EnV Touch. As you can tell, it really looks okay. I mean, the screen is kind of dim, but it really doesn't look bad. Like, I think it has some kind of depth of field. I mean, for a 3.2 megapixel camera, I'm impressed. Ooh, that was a weird chime. Okay, let's go ahead and play.
Alright, so we are now recording on the EnV Touch. As you can tell, it really looks
Okay, so the audio really isn't that great.
kind of dim, but it really doesn't look bad. Like, I
The
think,
audio is okay. So the audio is pretty mediocre. And that voice crack though.
I mean, for a 3.2 megapixel camera, I'm impressed.
Yeah. So I think that the actual like video quality is pretty decent, but the audio is mediocre. So let's go ahead and erase that, and we'll go ahead and close that up, and we'll do the flash test later. So now let's go ahead and move on to the blackjack. I just do that randomly. I don't know. I'm weird. Oh wow, this stream's almost an hour long. Let's go ahead and open up. Alright, cool. Menu. Camcorder. Okay. Alright, so we are now recording on the Blackjack. As you can tell, the recording, it looks okay, you know. The camera's not as laggy as the photo quality is. I think this really does something fairly well. So, yeah. I think it's decent on the Blackjack. Let's go ahead and play it.
On the Blackjack, as you can tell.
Okay, so the audio is pretty weird.
You know, the camera's not as laggy as the photo quality is. I think this really does something fairly well. So, yeah, I think it's decent on the Blackjack.
That was just the S4 going off. But yeah, I think that the audio is still pretty mediocre, but I do think that the video quality wasn't bad. I don't think it was great, but I don't know if I can call it bad either. So, yeah. Now let's go and move on to the S4. Alright, jump into the camera here. Whoa, oh, that was the XG cover. Alright. Okay, so we are now recording on the S4. I gotta say that this video is honestly really nice. Like, I think it really does something well. It's really responsive and really, honestly, just like really, it just really brings in the color just perfectly. With those 13 megapixels, it has a lot to work with. So, yeah, really big thumbs up to the Galaxy S4. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the video. So, we are now recording on the S4. I gotta say that this video is honestly really nice. Like, I think it really does something well. It's really responsive and really, honestly, just like really, it just really brings in the color just perfectly. With those 13 megapixels, it has a lot to work with, so yeah, really big thumbs up to the Galaxy S4. So I definitely think the video is probably top notch. I think it's almost as good as my iPhone. Maybe not quite, but they're both really, really good. So I really think the video on the S4 is a 10 out of 10. Especially since I'm not an Android fan. Now let's go and try it on the Trophy. See how those 5 megapixels work out. So let's go ahead and start recording video. Oop, okay. Let's go ahead and what the? Oh, okay, we don't want the flash on. Settings. Flash off. Okay, so we are now recording on the Trophy. And, okay, so it's definitely doing some weird color thing. I don't know why it's doing that. That's really strange. But honestly, I don't think it's really that great. I think for 5 megapixels, it definitely shows that it's not as good as I want it to be. So I definitely don't give the big award to the Trophy, but, you know, it's okay for just, like, minor video. And that voice crack, no. But yeah, it's okay. Alright, let's go and play back the video. Okay, so we are now recording on the Trophy. And, okay, so it's definitely doing some weird color thing. I don't know why it's doing that. That's really strange. But honestly, I don't think it's really that great. I think for 5 megapixels, it definitely shows that it's not as good as I want it to be. So I definitely don't give the big award to the Trophy, but, you know, it's okay for just, like, minor video. And that voice crack, though. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that voice cracked, though. But, okay, so I definitely don't give the big award to the Trophy, but I think that the award either goes to my iPhone recording on it right now or to the S4. The S4 has some seriously snappy video. And now let's go ahead and try it on my iPad. And, whoa, it's getting hot. It's weird. But, okay, so let's go ahead and hit video. Okay, so we are now recording on my iPad Air 2, and it's decent. It's recording in 1080p. It's not 4K because it's not the 12 megapixel camera from the iPhone 6s. But really, it's not that bad. Like, I think it really does show some pretty nice quality. And for 8 megapixels, I think it's pretty nice. Even recording in 1080p here, I think it's really good. But I definitely do think that it's a little bit better in my iPhone. But on my iPad, it's really not bad. Okay, so we are now recording on my iPad Air 2. And it's decent. It's recording in 1080p. It's not 4K because it's not the 12 megapixel camera from the iPhone 6s. But really, it's not that bad. Like, I think it really does show some pretty nice quality. And for 8 megapixels, I think it's pretty nice. Even recording in 1080p here, I think it's really good. But I definitely do think that it's a little bit better in my iPhone. But on my iPad, it's really not bad. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty decent on my iPad, but still not as good on my iPad as it is on my iPhone. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the flash test. So we're gonna go ahead and grab all the phones that have a flash. So my iPad does not have a flash, so we are going to put that right there. Put that aside. The iPhone 3G does not have a flash. The Blackjack does not have a flash. But surprisingly, some of these older phones actually do have a flash, which is kind of surprising. So let's go ahead and start with the Octane. So we're gonna do it rear facing, and then we're gonna do it towards our camera actually. So let me go ahead and turn the flash on. Oh, shut up. Okay. Flash on. Okay. So doing that. Okay, so the flash gets fairly bright, but let's go ahead and take a look right here. Clear. I think that gets reasonably bright. Like, looking at it, it's not as bright as something like my iPhone, and plus it's a little bit cooler. The color temperature, it's a little bit cooler, but honestly, it's really not bad. I think it gets fairly bright. So yeah, so now let's go ahead, and that's going to pretty much end the test for the Octane, which is pretty decent. So now let's go ahead and do the EnV Touch. Go ahead and jump into here. Yeah, what are you doing? Flash on. Let's go and do the rear facing. What? I thought it was on. That doesn't look like it was on. I mean, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Yeah, flash is supposed to be on. Maybe the flash is broken. Let me go ahead and try it. I think the flash is broken. I don't think it's working. I think it's broken. Let me go ahead and try it here. Yeah, the flash is broken. So, oops. Yeah, this phone's really in bad shape, so. Broken flash. Oh well. Yeah, it's an old phone and it's not in good shape. So, now let's go ahead and try the PM. Hello. Open that up. Options. Flash. On always. That doesn't look like it was on. That doesn't look like it was on. That didn't look like it was on either. What the crap? Let's go and try, see if it actually was on.
What's up?
Oh, nope, it was on. But it's just really dim. Like, it's really hard to recognize. It's just really dim. Like, holy moly. That's dim.
What's up?
Yeah, that flash is just really dim. Really dim in the picture, so that's kind of sad. Let's go ahead and try one at us now.
What's up?
Alright. See, the flash really isn't bright. Like, it's really, 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 really dim. So I think that the flash has a lot to be decided on this one. Now let's go ahead and try the SCP 5300. So let's go and jump into the camera here. Options, flash. Okay, flash is on. Let's go ahead and try it in the rear. I could see that the flash was on. Unlike the SCP, not the PM, I could see that it was on this phone. Okay. So, but it's really hard to recognize in the actual picture, so I don't think it's really all that good. Let's go and erase. Picture erased. Alright, let's go ahead and go back into the camera. Okay, so let's try it on us. What? That wasn't on. That. Okay, so maybe it just automatically turned off. That's what I'm guessing. Bruh. It just turned off on me. Okay, so let's go ahead and erase. And we'll go ahead and options. Alright, it's on. Let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, you can tell. It's pretty dim, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, here, let's wait for this to show. Okay. As you can tell, it's pretty dim. Like, it's almost impossible to see the flash in the picture, so that's pretty... I think that's kind of a sad thing. I really think this phone the flash leaves a lot to be desired. Now let's go and try it on the other SCP. Okay, so picking it up here. Jumping in. Flash. Yeah, it's really hard to see the flash on this phone. Like, really hard to see. Like, wow. Alright. Just save. Just save. Yeah, it's really impossible to see. Okay. Just erase. Thank you. Yeah, really dim. Really dim flash. Come on, just save. Yeah, so I definitely think the flash is dim. Does leave a good bit to be desired, so yeah. Little disappointed in the flash, but oh well, what can you do about it? Now let's go ahead and try on the S4. Oops, that's not my camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's a bit better. So now let's go ahead and all right, let's go and take a look. Okay, so the flash is not hard to see. Like, you can see it, but let's go ahead and try it on us. Let's go and try it on us. Okay. Capture. Yeah, you can see that the flash is honestly pretty good. Like, it's really bright. So, I definitely have to give props to the camera on this phone. I think it really does something well. I think we're going to skip the front-facing camera test because this stream is just really long. But, yeah, let's go ahead and do it on here, the flash test. Flash on. Okay, let's go ahead and try it. It's really hard to see. That's really, really hard to see. Reject. Let's go and try it at us. Yeah, it's really dim. Oh, and it just gave me a low battery warning. Okay, that's a thing. As you can tell. Oh, okay, it was just, the indicator was just blinking for low battery. But, okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the trophy. I think the trophy actually has some fairly decent flash. So, but let's go ahead and turn it on. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I think the flash gets fairly bright. Now let's go and try it at us. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I hit the search button. My bad. My bad. Flash still on. Let's make sure. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think the flash gets pretty bright. That actually kind of hurt my eyes. But, yeah. I think this is pretty good. So, yeah. So I think that's going to end it for this live stream. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a fat thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I really hope you guys enjoy this live stream. And we're about to hit 40,000 views on the cell phone collection video. Make it happen. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.